Hi, this is Fix My Revolution, and this video is on how to produce a nice guitar metal tone only with freeware plugins. So what you can see here is a guitar test track. I recorded this directly into my audio interface, which is a M-Audio Profire 610. And the guitar that I used was a ESP LTD Viper 400 with active EMG 81 and 85 humbuckers. So just take a listen. Alright, nothing fancy going on so far. Now let's add some plugins. We only will be using 3 plugins at all. And for distortion purposes, this will be the TSE 808 version 1.0 from TSE plugins. The amp simulation plugin will be the FreeAmp 3.6 from Fretted Synth. And for cabinet simulation purposes, we will use a impulse response loader plugin. This will be the keFIR mono. And therefore, we will need an impulse response. And here we got the GuitarHacks Impulses package, which you can also download for free. And there you have the GGate Power Tube Impulses section. And from this, we will select the GuitarHack JJ Fret 45-1 wave. All right. Now that we got this, we will tweak our plugins a little bit. The distortion plugin, here we will turn up the volume a little bit and turn up the tone a little bit. So we will achieve a very aggressive, attacky sound. In the amp simulation section, we will disable the gate and we will bypass the speaker emulation section because we have our keFIR speaker emulation loaded. Now we will select the distortion channel and turn the chop knob down. And here we will select the most brutal amp simulation that we can get. This is called Swelter. Turn up the gain to 11 of 10 like we always do as metalheads. On my sound I want very much low end, a little bit more mids, a little bit less presence and a little bit less volume. All right. And in our impulse response loader plugin, we want to have the mix all the way to 100% since we don't want any direct signal from the amp simulation plugin in our final sound. All right, now we're ready and just take a listen what this sounds like. This sounds very cool in my opinion, and now we have our test track ready. We want to check how this sound we created fits into a whole song, and for this I prepared some tracks. We have 2 guitar tracks, guitar left and guitar right. We have a bass track and we have a drum track. The bass and drum track, they are pre-mastered, and I show you how they sound like. Alright, so on top of this we want to fit in our guitar tone. So let's mute this again and unmute these two guitar tracks. What we do now is to copy our plugins straight to the two guitar tracks. And as you can see, I will use the same plugin composition on both guitar left and guitar right. I will not use a different cabinet simulation or amp simulation on one of these two tracks. I will use the exact same settings on both of these tracks. The reason why I can do this is because I did not copy these two tracks. I have two takes on the guitar left and guitar right, so I did not record the guitar left track and then copied it down to the guitar right track. This is not the way that you should go. I really played the guitar left track in one take, and in another take I recorded the guitar right track. You can see it right here, for example. These are two different WAV files. So now we don't need our test track anymore. We got all up and running. Just let's unmute the bass and the drum track. And yep, one thing to note is that the guitar left track is panned all the way to the left and the guitar right track is panned all the way to the right, as you can see here. So, and now let's rock. So, this sounds really great. I hope you enjoyed this video, and by the way, you can find all the download links to the used plugins in the video description on YouTube. And yeah, thanks for watching.